Right, I think it's focusing. I'm actually going to hold it without a tripod now. Just got to hold it with my hands because it's a nightmare getting the tripod set up. But we're in for episode 6 today. So another, what's today? Monday, so it's upper session today. I've actually got a lot of energy, to be fair, so I'm really expecting this to be a good session. I was 80.3 kilograms this morning, which is low, which is kind of light a bit better, but which is quite low. But yeah, we're slowly getting to the sub 79 point, which is very good. But this is what we are gonna try today. I haven't tried it yet, but I got the other day this non-stim crank pump pre golden something. Apparently it's meant to be a ridiculously amazing non-stim pump formula, but we'll soon find out what the pump's saying. So I'm quite excited for the session because we got that to try. It's the small things, you know, just makes like a new fucking pre-workout or a pump makes me more excited for a session. That's when you know you're cooked. But anyway, gonna get all that set up as well. Got the tripod in there and all that shit. I'm praying the headphones are actually charged because, well, I've got wired earphones as a backup anyway, because I always keep wired earphones as a, okay, battery's medium, so we should be alright. But I always keep a spare set of wired earphones in the car because the amount of times that I've run out of battery on my headphones in a gym session and it's completely just wrecked the session, or just not wrecked the session, because sometimes, to be fair, that I actually like training without music because I get that bored of my playlist sometimes. It's actually quite refreshing just to have a session where I'm not listening to music. But I don't think today will be one of those days, especially when it's busy in there. That's when I need to listen to music. When it's like quiet in there, I'm like not too bothered about listening to music. But what we'll do now is we'll cut into when we're at the gym and we'll get the first, or we'll cut into just get into the gym or cut into the first exercise. So we'll do that now. Right, first movement. Now it's quite busy here today, but we'll get it all going. So I've already had the pre. Tastes alright, to be fair. So it's that one. So we're doing, yeah, one I showed at the start of the video. But it might be a bit of an interesting session today just because how busy it is, but no excuses. We'll still get daily records in and get it everything filmed. So I've already done a little warm up of just getting the rotator cuffs kind of like all warm up and everything. But for the first set of this, we're going to do 10 to 12 reps, about 80% effort. So on this machine, I do 90 kilo just for this first set, and we just bash out 10 to 12 on this. So see how it's feeling today. It feels alright, to be fair. Oh, that's 8. This feels right. Right, that was right to be fair, so we'll do that set of 12 and then we'll go on to a set of 8 to 10 and then one more set of 15 to 20, obviously a lot lighter weight, so we'll bash out those 2 sets and then we'll go on to the second movement after that, but that was a good set. I am actually really struggling to do stuff in order today because of just how busy it is, because I've done the chest machine, which I've done already, and then this is what I do next, which is like a incline shoulder press, although it's not incline, kind of like a laid back shoulder press instead of like an upright vertical one. But so I was going to do side delts supersetted with front delts next, but like then I wouldn't be able to do this exercise properly because I've done it before and I'm just knackered my delts before doing this, and I literally don't hit either the weight or the reps that I want to hit on this. So with this, normally we do 2 sets of 10 to 12, with the second set of 10 to 12 being a drop set, which is like a 30% weight decrease to failure, so straight after that. So with normally with 12 reps on this, I start with 50 kilogram, but like obviously I was doing, on my off season I was like 90, doing like 55 to 60 kilogram. So we'll see how this moves, but I'm not too hopeful, but we should be able to get at least a few good ones in. Oh, that feels nice actually. Couldn't finish it there, but got 11, 1 to 12 desperately, but just wouldn't go up on that last one. I might try on this set, on the next set, put it at number 6 instead of number 7, because I feel like that was a tad bit low down. So I kind of wasn't getting the range of motion that I would normally like, which is a bit annoying. So it was 11 reps on 50. Last time I got 12, but we'll just pretend. I think because I had it on the feet a little bit higher next time, so we'll bash out this next set, again 10 to 12. I might up it to 55 though, just because the seat's up a bit higher now, so I should be able to get more reps in, or at least a couple more in, and we'll hit 55. I was going to go 60, but I want to get 12, so we'll go 55. And we'll bash that out. We'll do a 30% drop on that, and then we'll move on to the third exercise, which is going to be back now. The lat pull downs or face pulls, so we'll do that. We'll do that next, and then right, third exercise now. So we've just done shoulders, so normally I do back now, but nothing's free, so just to keep the pump going, we're just going to continue with these. So superset. So we do a set, also 3 sets of 15 to 20 lateral raises, supersetted with front dumbbell raises, again 15 to 20, but obviously a little bit less weight, because with these at the moment I'm kind of doing 16 key for 2 sets, and then dropping down to 14 key for the third set, and then with the front dumbbell raises kind of going from like 12 key to 10 kilograms. So we'll bash out 15 minimum of these and see how these are feeling. They should feel alright, but I've just done shoulders, so I'm not sure how they're going to feel, but we'll see. I'm happy with that. They felt kind of heavy though, but we did get 17 clean ones. The last 3 reps, the form wasn't as strict as I wanted it to be, just so they're kind of like full reps slash partials. So now I'm just going to get my breath back a second, because normally you are meant to do straight onto front dumbbell lat raises straight off, so just so I can get the set done properly, I'd rather just get my breath back a little bit, just so we don't gas out really. But so with these now, some people do them standing, but I prefer doing them sitting down. So what I do is go right on the edge of the bench like this, and then essentially just hold them down, like just on my side here, and then lift up like that. I just feel, I don't know why, I just prefer them sitting down. With the standing ones, sorry, the dumbbell lateral raises, you can do them sitting down as well, but for me personally, I just rather do them standing up, and then the front dumbbells sitting down. So we've got 20 reps for the 16, which I'm happy with. 17 if we're being really strict with ourselves, but they did feel quite heavier than normal. But as I said, every single exercise right now, weight-wise, everything's going to feel heavy just because of how much I'm weighing. But so we'll get these up for, again, 20 to my goal. These feel quite heavy actually. Again, first 17 were clean, last 3 are a bit, if we're being really strict with ourselves, not going to count them, but you can still feel it in the front delts, which is what counts really. So we'll back out, do that twice over, same weight again, and then drop it to 16 to 14 on the sides, and then we'll go to 10 kilo on the front delts, or we'll do 3 sets of 12 depending on how I'm feeling, but we'll get them done and then we'll move on to back next. Right, I'm just going to record this last set as well. So we took the pump cover off now, so I just want to get a set of me actually doing this superset with no t-shirt on. So we've done a second set, we did the same weight for the second set. So for this last set we're going to do, we're going to go from 16 to 14, I want 20 minimum of that, which we should get, and then front raises, 10 key, again, I want 20 minimum of that as well. So This superset actually batters my shoulders. Like you're meant to take a 1 minute rest between each superset, but fuck me, if I did that, my fucking shoulders are literally, well, they're screaming anyway, but I just wouldn't be able to do the sets properly if I only took a minute rest in between each one. So it's just not really like, I'm not like waiting like ages in between each one. I can still like get my breath back and just get a little bit of energy back so I can do like the superset properly. But we bash these out now. So 14 key. Again, I want 20 minimum. I'm gonna go 19 reps like clean there, and then 20 was kind of like not proper form, and then did a few partials. So again, 120, but my shoulders are getting cuts now, properly feeling it, which is good. But at the same time, I just want to have a little bit of energy just for like, because next we got rear delts. I think that's the last superset though, to be fair. So we've got face pulls, rear delts, and then lat pull down. So we'll do them two next. But we'll bash out a set of the front raises. 12 to 15. No, 12 to 15, see? This is what happens, I need to like learn, because obviously I'm so focused on the session and like doing it properly whilst talking to a camera as well. Don't know how people do it, but should be alright. So we bash out 15 to 20 of these. Right. These should be easy because it's only 10, but again, my shoulders are properly cut now. Four more. Oh, good set. Fucking hell. Front delts are fucked. That's how you should train, boys. No pussy training around here. Get the superset in. So that's that done now. So we'll move on to either lat pull downs or face pulls next. So that's kind of like, well, it's an upper session, so that's kind of like shoulders, chest, kind of like out the way. And we'll do one more chest exercise at the end. And now it's kind of just like the pull area, so like upper back and lats. So we'll move into that on the fourth exercise. Right, exercise number 4. So the first back exercise of the session. So what we're gonna do for this is I want to go a rear view, but then I can't have my face in the camera while I'm talking. So for this, we're gonna do 2 sets of 12 to 15. So kind of a failure, but 15 will be till failure by the way that I'm doing. So we're gonna start off with, now I used to do like the mag grip bar, but we're using the straight one instead just because, let me just camera up slightly, you can see my face, but I used to use the mag grip bar, but now we're just gonna go straight bar. So we're gonna try and bash out 15 reps on these. Should be really using straps, but fuck it. That was 15, which I'm happy with. Again, I didn't really help myself there by not using straps, but still 15 reps, which I'm not sure how I did without straps, but we'll take it. So that was 15 reps on 73, which, again. So what we'll do now is we'll do a second set on 79 and aim for like either 13 minimum. We're going to use straps for this set, so that should be easy to hit that rep range. So yeah, we'll cut into that second set. Let's get the straps and then we'll do the second set. Alright, so we get the second set now, but I think I've showed these before, but these are the ones that I'm kind of using at the moment. Straps from Hardbody. They're alright. Not the best ones I've used, but they do the job. Now, so as I said previously, we've done 15 reps on 73, so we'll try and do 13 minimum. On 79, we're going to do, I was going to do 86, but I don't think I'll get 13, 14 reps of that, so we'll do 79, but what I'll do for this set is I'll do actually looking at my back, so you can kind of see like what the back is saying. Just for this like one set, so we'll just kind of get the back actually in shot, so just my side profile for the whole set. So we'll try and get that. Watch this set in now. Got straps to this one, so in theory it should be easier. A lot easier. It's not on 79. I try to get my hands as most across the bar as possible. I don't like to have them right at the end because it just feels a bit weird right at the end. So I like to have them like just on as the bar bends. So like, if you can see my hands like that at the moment. Right, penultimate back exercise now. So we've done, so we did 2 sets with 12 to 15 on the lat pull downs. So we did 15 reps of 73 and then I think it was 13 of 79, which is pretty good. So now we're going to do chest supported seated rows now. I actually hate this machine just because of how it's laid out compared to normal rows that I normally do. But with this, it's 10 to 12 reps. So I'm going to do 45 key on this, 10 to 12 reps. And then 15 to 20 reps, obviously a lot lighter weight, but we'll bash out. So again, it's 2 sets again, which is kind of the sweet spot for me anyway, and then just a mixture of reps depending on what weight I'm doing. So we'll hopefully get 10 minimum on this, but aim for 12 ideally. That's all right. The last 2 are not as strict as I want them to be. But as I said, I hate this machine in a lot of way. I think it's just because how low down it is. I'm not too sure, but the last 2 were kind of a bit swingy, but still felt them, which is all right. So now what we'll do is we'll drop the weight to 45 on that. So we'll go to, I reckon, 35 and then bash out 15 to 20 reps on that. And then for this next set I'll try and do same with lat pull downs. I'll do like a little rear shot with my back actually working, so we'll cut into that now and do that. So yeah, we'll kind of do a rear shot now because that first angle on that first set was terrible. So I'm going to get a rear shot in this, and then we'll do 15 to 20 reps with this. So we've got 12, we'll say 11, and we'll say 10, but like 12, not probably strict. It feels weird though, like this, like not actually talking to the camera directly, just kind of facing forward with the exercise, but you know, it's kind of hard just to want to show off my back properly to do 2 at the same time. So we'll bash out this from 45 to 35 for 20 reps. See how this moves. I just hate this machine, I don't know what it is. It's because the seat is so low down and like they're both quite fixed compared to normal machines. Like with hammer strength seated rows, they're so much better, but one more. last rep was very, very, very cheaty, but we'll take it. Right, last chest exercise now. So we're going to do on this 2 sets of 15 to 20, and then we'll do 2 sets of 12 to 15. Just like, because I mentioned this before, but this is probably like my favourite in terms of like fly movements anyway, are the best one I do. So we start on 14.5 kilograms to starting off with. So we'll bash this out for 15 to 20. That first set was way too easy, so we did 15 on 14.7 on that, which was a bit light. Normally it's quite heavy, but for some reason it's feeling quite light today. So we'll do 3 more sets. So I've upped it to 17.5 now. So we'll do another set of 15 to 20, but I'll do, as I said, 17.5 kilogram, and then we'll do 2 sets of 12 to 15, but we're going to up it to 1 set on 21, I reckon, and then the other set on 19. But as I said in like the first set, in terms of all like the fly variations, so like standing fly, D-handle fly, pec deck fly, basically every fly movement you can think of, for me this is, I'll repeat it as much as I want, this is like vertical bench with cuffs is like the best fly movement. So as you can see, that's how I kind of set it up. So I do only 1 arm at a time. Make sure it's kind of like in my armpits a little bit. Armpits, what I'm about, just on your upper forearm. And then when you do the set, you want to make sure your arms are like completely straight. And then when you squeeze there, so like the whole set is like you're like hugging a tree essentially. So like none of this like pushing. You just want to be completely in the fly like this. One more. Last exercise. So I was meant to do this for 4 chest flies, but this was at 3. So last exercise in this, we'll do face pulls, the 2 long ropes. Now, on this, I do 2 sets, 10 to 12. Again, the 2 sets, and then we'll drop it on the second set. 30% drop in weight. So we'll kind of start. We'll start off with, I reckon. What should we start off with on this? We'll start off 59. We'll do. Not too heavy, not too light, and we'll bash out 12 of these. That was alright, so felt a bit heavy, so we'll go down a little bit lower just for the next set because it felt right, but just a bit on the heavier side. We still hit 12 reps, but not as clean as I'd normally like them, so we'll drop it to, so that's 59, so we'll do 54 key for 12 as the second working set, and then we'll do a 30% drop on 54, which I could probably do in my head, but just some fucking knackered at the moment, so just get the calculator out and do it. 54 minus, yeah, so we'll drop it to 37, so closest to that is 36, so we'll bash out then 36 key to failure. And put the headphones on for this set, just because. So, 12 reps this, but 12 reps should be easy with this. As I said, my energy levels are fucked now, so I'm just using what I've got left in the tank really, but brushes out. Right, so that was 12 and 54, which felt a lot nicer than 59. And then I'm going to drop that to 36 until like I literally cannot do it anymore, like complete failure. Come on, last fucking set and movement of the session. I don't know why the energy levels are depleted to fuck now, but we'll get it done. We'll bash out this last one. Fucking hell. That is me done now. That is actually me fully complete. Holy shit. I thought the pump's gonna be naughty after this. Because that was a good session, so what we'll do now is we'll go for a little pump check and do a few mandatories, a few poses, see what the pump's saying. Which I'm quite excited to see what it's saying today, because that was a good session. So we'll cut into that now, and then after we've got cardio. Right, I decided to do this segment just as a voiceover because I wasn't too happy with how the audio was in this. So post-session visuals, lower back striations, I mentioned on my story as well, are looking really good now. And 80.3 as of editing this video, so this morning. Looking very lean. I'm very happy with the conditioning at the moment, especially on the midsection. Veins popping out. We've still got a little bit to go though. I want to get, or my coach wants me to just get, I reckon, just above the 78 mark, or a bit lower, but that could be pushing it in the time frame that we've now got. So we're just hitting a few mandatories here, or quarter turn. Still need to work on my transitions though, because I'm still not overly happy with them, but we've still got a bit of time. Quarter turn to the other side. Again, you can't see my footwork in this, so next video I will try and get my whole frame in the picture, but on my Instagram I did post a full portrait version of this, but you can just kind of see the whole routine. This isn't the whole routine, this is just a few mandatories. So a little double bi, front double bi there, and then a little quarter turn, showing obliques. At this point in the session though, I'm just, because this is before cardio, so I did my session and then posing, just so I've still got a pump. But then after this I had to do I think it was an hour treadmill for the steps, and then 30 minutes on the Stairmaster just to get my cardio in. So I'm doing a lot of things at the gym, and obviously being on this little food, I'm literally, my whole mind is just thinking, when's my next meal? When's my next meal? When am I eating? I'm just constantly, my mind is just food. But no, that's what it is with prep. So very happy overall. Very happy.